Periyava Sharanam. Thus spake the Paramacharya. The wealth that Sri Vyasa gave. Sri Vyasa classified the Vedas in order that people get to know all that is said in the Vedas. He made the Puranas, which numbered 18. 18 Puranas are known as Ashtadasha Puranas. I used to consider Sri Vyasa as the first or the earliest journalist who has been the forerunner to all the journalists of the modern times. Sri Vyasa wrote the Puranas and made them interesting not only to those who are adepts in art of storytelling and having mastery in history, geography, philosophy, dharma and arts, but also to the unlettered common men who are illiterate. He has left the Puranas as a great treasure. The journalists of today are also doing the same, but they stop with interest and entertainment. But Vyasa used Swarasya or interest as a tool to lead man to the Almighty. The journals and journalists are forced to indulge in acts or propagate things which are anti-dharma because they keep the Swarasya or interest as the only goal. If the journalists have Vyasa as their model, an ideal, that is Adarsha, their writings will become pure and great good will come to the world. Vyasa composed the Puranas with 4 lakh granthas, each grantha containing a sloka or verse of 32 alphabets. The Skanda Purana, which is perhaps the biggest of the Puranas, has taken about 1/4, that is 1 lakh granthas. It might be perhaps the biggest book of the world. The rest of the 17 Puranas are composed in 3 lakh granthas. Addition to these, Vyasa has also gifted the Mahabharata, which contains 1 lakh granthas. Every one of the Puranas extol each deity. There are many Puranas characterized as Shaivite or Vaishnavite. The 18 Puranas are Brahma Purana, Padma Purana, Vishnu Puranam, Shiva Puranam, Bhagavata Puranam, Narada Puranam, Markandeya Puranam, Agni Puranam, Bhavishya Purana, Varaha Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Linga Purana, Skanda Mahapuranam, Vamana Purana, Kurma Purana, Matsya Purana, Garuda Purana and Brahmanda Purana. Of these 18 Puranas, 10 are said to be Shaivite in nature and content. The many anecdotes which are well known to us today are found in these 10 Puranas. They contain everything in history, tales and philosophy. Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada has quoted profusely from the Vishnu Purana in the Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashyam. Vishnu Purana is the composition of Sri Parashara, the father of Veda Vyasa. It is a great authority for Sri Ramanuja's Vasishtadvaita Siddhanta. Alavandar was a famous exponent of Visishtadvaita before Sri Ramanuja. Before Ramanuja could reach him, Alavandar, who had been thinking about entrusting 3 important duties to Sri Ramanuja, breathed his last. There were 3 of his fingers which were folded in his dead body. Sri Ramanuja understood the 3 mandates in the 3 folded fingers and proclaimed them. Strangely, the 3 folded fingers became straight. One of the 3 mandates was that Ramanuja should write a commentary to the Brahma Sutra based on Vasishtadvaita. The second was that Ramanuja should make an explanation to Thiruvaimuri. The third command was to perpetuate the names of Vyasa and Parashara in this world. Parashara was given this exaltation as he was the author of the Vishnu Purana. Having this in mind, Ramanuja named the two sons of his chief disciple Kurattazhvar as Parashara Bhattar and Vedavyasa Bhattar. Parashara Bhattar later became one of the chiefs of Acharyas of Vaishnavites. It was Vyasa who compiled the 18 Puranas as they are today, even though Parashara was the author of Vishnu Purana. It was Vyasa who classified the Vedas. To impress deeply the regulations enshrined in the Vedas in the minds of the people, Vyasa compiled the 18 Puranas. There is another reason also for this. In those days, learning the Vedas was restricted to selected few. In order that the common people should understand and follow the Vedic truths, Vedavyasa compiled the Puranas. While Vyasa's father created the original of the Vishnu Purana, Vyasa's son Sukacharya tutored the Bhagavatam to King Parikshit. Bhagavatam, which is one among the 18 Puranas, centers around the life of Lord Krishna. It is also considered as Vishnu Bhagavatam, which explains the avatars of Lord Vishnu centering around the Krishna avatar, and also as Devi Bhagavatam, dwelling upon the Leelas of the god Parashakti. We require both Vishnu Bhagavatam and Devi Bhagavatam, both of which are best literatures. In the Siddhantas of Prabhu Chaitanya, Nimbarkar and Vallabhacharya, the Vishnu Purana has been placed on an equal pedestal with the Vedas. At the same time, the Advaita exponents who take exception to these also praise their Siddhantas. Explanation to other Puranas given by Periyava is in the next episode. Periyava Sharanam.